If I had to describe having ITP in one word, it would be perseverance. You might have stumbling blocks along the way, but you keep on going. You don't give up. My name is Barbara, and I am 49 years old.
Barbara was a wonderful baby. She was a happy baby. She had 3 brothers that entertained her, and she was just a joy to have. In October of 1961, our family moved from Illinois to Florida. 2 months later, I noticed that Barbara was bruised, and she was bruised quite badly. Enough so that I thought that she needs attention. There's something wrong here.
Thrombocytopenia purpura was not something that the physicians were used to seeing. It wasn't considered ITP back then. And at that time, really the only treatment was cortisone and a splenectomy. At the age of 6, that's what happened. I had a splenectomy. I actually went into remission. My platelet counts went up, and which was very exciting as a family, and as a kid I was being told, oh, you're cured, you're better. But that was very short-lived. I know that I had something different, but my parents didn't really limit me as far as experiencing life. I did things that were non-contact, like swimming, and I always took dance lessons and tap and ballet.
Barbara and I met in high school. We were high school sweethearts. We met when I was a senior in high school. We met through a mutual friend the summer before she showed up. It was pretty much a love at first sight kind of thing between us back then. Still is. And that was 33 years ago. Well, I first learned about Barbara's ITP not too long after we started dating. I actually went to visit with her doctor a few times to learn a little bit more about it.
Peter and I were married about 5 years, and we decided, okay, I think it's about time to start a family. I talked to my gynecologist. He had met an obstetrician out in California who had done quite a lot of deliveries of women with ITP.
It's mind-boggling to me that somebody with 10,000 platelets could have a baby, but we spent a lot of time talking with her doctor and other people to advise us on the subject, and for whatever reason they concluded that it could be done.
My daughter was born, and her platelet count was 16,000 at birth, so obviously the antibodies crossed the placenta. It took actually 5 months before she had a normal platelet count. She was a very healthy baby, but when you're walking around with this beautiful, healthy baby, you just don't want to drop her because the 16,000 platelet count, that could really be dangerous for her. Following the birth of our daughter, it was a bit stressful, and my husband and I, and my doctors too, said, I don't know if you really want to go through this again. So pretty much right after she was born and we were home and doing fine, we signed up to adopt a child. Because like I said, that was something we always had in our thoughts anyways. And about a year after my daughter was born, I went into premature menopause. And I was 27 years old at the time. And to me, it was kind of like a sign from God telling me that, listen, don't push your luck. Go ahead and have more children, but not this way. So it was a very easy decision to adopt. And 3 years after our daughter was born, we had a son, Peter, and he was a healthy kid, full of action, full of energy, I should say. And as a young mother, I I look back now, and really, I think the hardest time in my life physically was when my children were small. It takes an awful lot of energy, to keep up with 2 small children. Those years I ended up in the hospital a few times, that my platelet counts really plummeted. And I think a lot of it was just the stress, the exhaustion, trying to do too much, trying to be a super mom and realizing that, hey, time out, you can't do everything. Following my doctor's advice, I've tried most everything that's been available for treatment of ITP. None of the traditional treatments caused a rise in my platelet count. I decided to try alternative therapies for treating my ITP. My doctor's attitude towards it was, as long as it's something that's not going to hurt you, he was fine with it. And I would keep him informed of what I was trying or doing. And he also suggested, don't try several things at once, because then how do you know what is helping and what's not? It's better to try one thing at a time and give it a good try and then go to something else. I haven't let my ITP prevent me from traveling and enjoying time with my friends and family. I've gone to Machu Picchu in Peru, which was a wonderful trip. I've traveled in Europe, many different countries, and I know it's made me appreciate my own life here much more so. I'm here to say I've had it for 45 years. My counts are below 5,000. I live a very full life and a happy life, and I feel very, very fortunate. ITP does not identify me, and ITP is just a small part of who I really am.